This is Apple's 27-inch studio display, and today we're going to take a closer look at it. I've been using it for a good 2 weeks, and would like to show you in this video what it can do and what my overall impression is. Now it's not often that Apple introduces new monitors, let alone completely new products. The Studio display was released last year to complement the new Mac Studio and acts as a monitor in conjunction with the Mac Studio just mentioned or with a MacBook, iMac and even the newer iPads. So you can connect it to almost any Apple device. It will also work with Windows computers, but I'll get to that later. While most monitors have either a 2K or 4K resolution, which are also very good, this is a 5K display, which has excellent resolution and picture quality. The 27-inch 5K display has a lot going for it, from its beautiful design and impeccable craftsmanship to the surprisingly powerful speakers. And at first glance, it could easily be mistaken for an iMac. The entry-level Studio display costs €1,749 with the standard glass and tilt-adjustable stand. In addition to the standard glass, you also have the nano texture glass to choose from, which you are seeing in this video. This has the advantage of reducing glare effects to a minimum or even completely and still ensures a really impressively high image quality. If you want that, this option costs €250 extra. As an option to the tilt-adjustable stand, you also have the choice of a stand that can be adjusted in terms of inclination and height, which then costs an additional €460. Yes, €460 so you can adjust the height. If you don't want a stand at all, you can also take the option with the VESA mount adapter. This does not cost any extra. This allows you to attach the Studio display to any VESA-capable monitor arm or stand from other manufacturers, or even to the wall. In any case, you should think carefully about which stand you would like to have, because you can no longer exchange them afterwards. The design and build quality of the Studio display is just great. It's built more solidly than any other monitor on the market, housed in a beautiful and sturdy aluminum body, with the glass on the front that goes all the way to the edge and a clean, clear design overall. It's a beautiful monitor that's not only a sight to behold from the front, but also from the sides and back. Anyway, I like it very much. First and foremost, of course, it serves as a monitor. But that's not all the Studio display has to offer. The built-in A13 chip, which is also installed in the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro, enables additional functions such as spatial audio that is cinema-like surround sound experience with the sound of the loudspeakers, the follow mode where the front camera is fixed on a person and can follow them automatically so that you always remain in the picture, true tone with which the display can automatically adapt to the color temperature of the environment and the support of Siri. In terms of design, the 4 ports on the back are the only feature. A Thunderbolt 3 that acts as a display input and can simultaneously charge a MacBook with 95 watt of power, and 3 USB-C ports where you can connect other devices and which offer data transfer rates of up to 10 gigabits per second. In addition, the only other connection is the power cable, which is permanently installed. So better not try to pull it out. Otherwise, there are no buttons for controlling brightness, contrast or volume. This is all done via the respective Mac that is connected. By the way, it switches itself on and off automatically if you connect a MacBook, Mac Mini or any other computer. The display has a 5K resolution of 5120 by 2880 pixels with a refresh rate of 60 Hz, 600 nits maximum brightness and a very wide color spectrum that covers the P3 color space, where colors are not only displayed very beautifully but also very realistically. Even if you look at the display from the side, the quality of the screen doesn't decrease at all. However, some people complain about the sharpness of the display in connection with the nano-textured glass. The fact is that this matte glass surface has a coating that is supposed to prevent glare, and it does that really well as you can see here. But this creates a very fine image noise. For comparison, I'll put the MacBook next to it and I hope you can see what I mean here. It's a really extremely subtle difference, but it never bothered me personally. On the contrary, I'm actually very happy with the decision about the nanotexture glass and think it was the better choice for me. The fact that all reflections and glare are simply filtered out is a real added value, and I don't really want to miss this feature. Pictures, texts and videos still look really great. The Studio display has built-in speakers that sound absolutely top-notch. Really awesome. They are hidden inside at the bottom and contain 4 woofers and 2 tweeters. The display also supports spatial audio, which is Apple's digital surround sound, and the sound that comes out of this screen is several notches above what is usual with this type of display. Bass and dynamics are indeed plentiful here, and you don't need any external speakers because this sounds really great. I wouldn't have thought that the speakers would sound so good, and that's why I am even happier. A webcam and microphone are also built in here. The front camera has a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens with the follow mode I mentioned before. In follow mode, you automatically stay in the center of the frame as you move back and forth, and when more people join the camera zooms out further so everyone is in the picture. According to Apple, the integrated microphone is a studio-grade microphone that also makes really good and clear audio recordings that are more than sufficient for video conferences or FaceTime calls. But I think there are better alternatives for professional and more complex audio recordings. The studio display can also be connected to Windows computers, and the 5K resolution is also supported, provided the graphics card of the respective computer is compatible. Functions such as spatial audio and center stage are then not available, and Siri is also not available on Windows. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but not only that, you don't even have the option to change the screen brightness of the studio display under Windows, because all of this is controlled by software on the screen, and that only works with a Mac seamless and flawless. So if you were considering using your Windows computer with this display most of the time in order to benefit from the high 5K resolution, you are better off with another monitor that OS also not so expensive. Even if the price is significantly higher than other comparable monitors with almost the same resolution, I think that you get a lot more with this screen. And currently there is no other monitor on the market with a 27-inch diagonal and a 5K resolution, and especially with this build quality and design. But you also have to consider that this monitor has no OLED display and therefore no HDR either, and as I said, a refresh rate of 60 Hz. With other monitors, some of which cost significantly less, you can get 120 Hz that also support HDR content. On the other hand, one must not forget that the studio display, in contrast to all other monitors, still has integrated loudspeakers, a microphone and a webcam. Everything in one device. It's also the only screen on the market that offers 5K resolution at 27 inches. Anyway, my overall impression of this monitor is very good. I liked the great workmanship and the design, the nano texture on the screen, the high resolution, the speakers of course, and all the other extras that you get here as a Mac user. This screen is rather uninteresting for Windows users and also not a good choice in terms of price and performance. For Mac users who value seamless collaboration between all their Apple devices, the studio display is worth the investment. On top of that, you get a great design that you will enjoy. Maybe you have the same monitor or a different one, or maybe none at all. Just let me know what you think in the comments. Okay guys, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video on the studio display. And if you did, then give it a like to let me know, and I will see you in my next video.